for punching a name in there. That's kind of important because I do believe that VP, unfortunately, they were on the receiving end of the baton previously. I mean, that circle was just catastrophic for them. They played what you would normally play, the upper ends of Erangel, and the hard shift was just so brutal. I mean, it'd be devastating. Look, we're playing a numbers game. You have to be able to deal with these hard shifts. You have to understand that they do happen, and putting yourself in a position to receive them is always the best way of doing it. To say that they would lose it off the back of a hard shift, again, you have to have a player ready to be able to receive that. Okay, we're over by the west. Teams that are going to have, that we're looking at, probably more of a difficult run. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We'll go further into that because I can see someone just kicking and punching in the back line. They've already got a fight on his hands. Oh, he threw a knife at him.
Well, Multi-Circle Gaming, I guess, are in the conversation. They are in 5th. Right now, they could potentially get a whole lot of points, or they could be catching nades. Zenith is going to post that through. That's Shimboy on the other side. That's going to be Summer. Knocked for now, but not dead. Shimboy decently geared. I mean, level 1 vest and a scar. It's workable, but it is Shimboy against the world right now.
See what people are playing with when just rocks up. Skinhead. And guns on the back, ready to rock and roll. I don't think Punager realised that he's sat out in the open. He's hanging outside of the vehicle, just staring. He's held for a second to give them a false sense of security with all 3 players there. They're pushing inside this one. First one falls. That's the first victim off the back of the Uzi. And now finally Lingdu shows his hand. It comes down to one player, Shimboy, who started all this off. And instantly is dead and buried. Okay. Now, if I didn't catch it in the map that we have,
up there, if I'm honest.
Looking to what, Afreeca Freecs or TSG could have been the real concern for me on the bridge and just camping him, because you do know that FaZe is going to be there. You'll have tracked them through the air. You'll have underling it. Squeaky is already in the garage compound. Circle hits. Okay. Now, FaZe, they've got to be quick. If they want to take one of these southern compounds, one of the field
I hope they, again, don't hit that kind of, like, overtly passive. They were locked down to the Longwoods in the south. I think it was a good time to move, and, well, it's paid off massively for them. Now, FaZe, what do you do with this? Virtus.pro just going to be watching this go on, popping shots off, but not going to be connecting too much. But the nade does find Lurena. And sadly for Tianba, a bit of a quieter day than what we'd seen in the past. They've had a couple of highlight moments, but LG Divine taking casualties themselves, but mostly staying alive in this, more as such than Tianba, at least for now.
Heads will open up, and we'll probably see some more transitions from either side back and forth, but again, we're still trying to focus on what's up at the top. I get it's a big, it's a fight going down. Points will change in the hand of it. They do have Afreeca Freecs staring down the barrel, and any of these grenades is going to be catastrophic in what MCG is trying to build towards the top.
Oh, this is sick. The covering fire from the back lines from Hansia, allowing the push-up from a CAD. Now they're going to force out utility from MCG. They have to see if they can weather the storm of that. But Multi-Circle Gaming, that's not bad. There it is. Nade comes out. Hansia's found. A CAD gets slowed down. This hit that it was building now kind of gets dealt with, pushed aside. This is 2 more kills potentially in the pockets. 2 more points going to come in. And here we go. Suddenly, MCG looking like they are primed on this one. There we go. More points coming through. Now they're going to kind of start edging further ahead from Oath, who, well, a little bit further out on this, and now they can still deal with shoot to kill. This is insane stuff. Finally a response. Kurt's dealt with Lingdu, who's holding that deeper angle on the tunnel push-up while they were trying to fight towards Afreeca Freecs. So they have to turn their attention back to this. They'd love to keep more up, but awkward flash comes out, doesn't catch him. And the nade's brilliant from Kurt. Up and over. Look, you can focus on the tunnel, but hey, you ain't got a roof, so catch a nade or two. This could be MCG done for. It goes from hero to 0 at this pace. And Afreeca Freecs seeing this, probably should apply some pressure too. Send some more nades down, send some shots down range, see if anything comes out of this.
You can see the emergency smokes now have to be committed because they realize that this could be the chance for Afreeca Freecs to make a hop jump at... Okay, I didn't realize that actually...
readjustment from FaZe. Ability to go for it. Gen.G could go into the forest. It does run down into a very open area. The trees do kind of subside a little bit. Lurena, I guess that kind of caused the issues to begin. It did. So I want to see what Virtus.pro do. I do normally highlight Batulins as a very good in-game leader, so I want to keep on board with the choices they make going forward here. Because as you said, there is area to take, but it's sketchy, and it's a little light on cover. But it can be playable, but if someone like...
The smallest of terrain, the smallest of territories, all of a sudden we see a push coming through. It's Daytrade. One gets knocked, its flash goes down. Vanotica, Alo's there to respond, and instantly the second Daytrade turn up, they instantly get turned back. You have that small ridgeline. This is the one
Relo?
that VP really all they have to work with, and this comes off the back of STK being mobile and not staying stationary for 1 minute whatsoever.
Now, I love the fact that they've left Hiruzen in this deeper angle. It seems dangerous, but he keeps information, which should catch Ada potentially. That's very, very well done. This is a very considered positioning from VP. Knowing their vulnerability was that wider swing from someone like T1, as we said. That's where the dangers were going to mount for them, and they've kept Hiruzen here, and he's done really well. Finding Ada is excellent. Now, Gen.G have been noticed by Oath. Now, if FaZe are paying attention, they can kind of put together where both of the other teams are now. This gets scary for Oath, though, because their position isn't safe anymore, and it's quite an open field. Afreeca Freecs play catch, and MCG, they're still grinding. They are catching up with Gen.G on points. But
Tunnel, the bent tunnel here, but you're going to have STK. They're going to turn into it.
My
No,
God.
they're going to go MCG. They're going to MCG.
Okay. Free nades, anything. Let's see what they've got. Gen.G on the pull-up now, still in the vehicles, trying to get out. Tank. Oh, he's trying to get to the other side, find a bit of cover. Gen.G with a mad play here. Desperation in absolute abundance. Nades galore, Molotovs, everything for survival. They're sweeping through them. There it is, exactly what they need. Multi-Circle Gaming go down in 10th. They got to 4th, but Oath still stand with 3 currently. FaZe are finding a bit of a fight towards them, but this is the bigger fight right now. It looks like Shoot to Kill want to take a fight towards Gen.G. That is bold of you, but here we go. Lou putting up some numbers here as well for VP, but trying to withstand against T1. Nades coming through, but Batulins just about stays alive. Starlord gets flushed by Hiruzen, and now Aqua5 and one more of the players are in troubles, but there's further problems now building. Ence is starting to flex out of that compound. Diggory looking for deeper angles, because they have freedom up here. Oath in danger as well. The Molotov comes in, and Oath are pushing in towards this. Oath want to get involved in the shoot-to-kill Gen.G battle, but they're on the wrong side of it. Kurtz just managed to find pack caps, and Gen.G are alive, but for how long? This is absolute madness. Angshay has just found Hiruzen and flushed him. Batulins is in trouble. VP are looking like they are now falling by the wayside. This is not what you wanted if you're a VP fan. Ence are now crushing down on them as well. They are making the push. Rustamar is out and about. He's going to start building up towards them. And Nade, a bit of damage. Lou is all alone. This could be VP done for. This could open up everything. It's all on one. Lou, what can you do here? Can you stay alive, or is this the last stand for you? It's the last stand. It's game on now. FaZe, Gen.G on the hunt, and it is viable.
Only a 6-kill buffer. VP will fall. Gen.G have got problems of their own, though. STK continue the push. Underneath the cover of smoke, they have arrived through and forced them. They are standing their ground. They are waiting. The North American roster has turned away from the fight on Gen.G and has now been faced with a very angry Team Liquid. But it's Purdy Curdy. Away we go. 1-2, thank you. Ibby on the opposing side. Round the corner, he needs to make something happen. Now for Gen.G, is this some sign to maybe try and get involved in this one, or do you stand your ground? They have a better stance in the circle. They might as well just stand here, let everybody else muller one another, and then eventually turn up. But the points eventually will begin to tick away. Same could be said for FaZe. Eventually, if they want to win this, they need to get into the fray, finally. They come round the corner. Team Liquid is dispatched. STK is starting to work their way up the tables. Maybe that money bracket is reaching. But FaZe, you have to get involved soon. They have a lot of ground, though, and that's the bigger thing. Ence, the big old run towards TSG. They've not been seen. He's in. How is Squeaky allowed to do this? Volley Bear, where's the response here? He's battered them. Ence have somehow made it into a safe position.
A nade, that's going to be posted through. This could be huge. Gustav with a nade, 80 with the shots. That looks good, it is! FaZe take down Oath, maintain position, garner some kills, and get some points to just push further forward now.
That's the problem, and we still have STK lurking. Will they ruin it for Gen.G? Will they take the fight to them? FaZe and Gen.G, the only two. Everybody else has to go towards them. Can you believe it? The top two teams fighting it out for $100,000. I mean, if either of them fall now, especially for FaZe Clan, then maybe VP still wins this. But when you only need 2 kills, surely Surely FaZe have to jump them.
What stands in their way is some damn good teams, though. I mean, Ence have been insatiable in their approach. They have been pushing any vulnerability, but shoot to kill, I can say the same for them. They have been finding the weaknesses, but Ence are moving up towards Gen.G. But how far do they get on this? They found a bit of cover. They're not in the circle yet. They will have to continue forward. Shoot to kill looking like they want to start pushing, but Gen.G are good at holding this. They have been so far. PO just showing off right now. Luke gets knocked, but not flushed yet. Keep in mind, the knocks ain't the points. It's the kills that come in off the back. And FaZe are getting a little curious, I'm sure. The flash comes in. PO still put on red alert. This is a standoff.
Well, they'll want to deny this in theory, because if they wipe out shoot to kill, they make it up to 8-2. They get within reaching distance of FaZe. If they can somehow put a bottle cap on this, one good grenade had sealed the deal. But they're probably now focused fire onto Ence, who have to work their way through the field. A very open position, and it should be a decent line of sight. Onyx, another member of STK, falls.
Ence pushing. Ence working up in the fields. Nades, Molotovs in Onyx. Oh no, they have no idea. Oh, Diggory's found in Onyx. Gen.G now, this is a problem. You had shoot to kill on one side, and now you've got the Finns falling on top of you. They're about to dive into the trenches. Another nade hits. Loki's damaged, but Rustamar goes down. Flushed by 80. That's a point for FaZe, but the Molly finds Loki. And now how many actually stand for Gen.G? Just 2. PO and Esther. And you can see shoot to kill just enamored by the idea of blood. That bloodlust just overcoming them. Luke 12 on the put. Nades going in, Molly's going in. Flashes everything they've got. Gen.G are surrounded on all fronts. I don't know if they can lift through this. A nade from 8C comes in. Squeaky's now knocked. Not flushed. Further shots come out from FaZe. They want to go farming, but they have to maintain composure. Gen.G aren't dead just yet, but they're looking broken.
They have been battered by three different teams on 3 different angles. This is ridiculous. Holding on for dear life, fighting tooth and nail. FaZe need one more frag and to see Gen.G fall to claim $100,000. Up against the bar, nowhere to go, everyone down in the ditch. This is just hunting season for FaZe. Who makes the first mistake? Which team falls? Because there's still money to be played for. For Ence and STK, this is unrelenting. Uncivil falls. FaZe, they jump into first. Can they dispatch Gen.G? I'm not sure if there's any chance of even catching them at this point. It would be a monumental jump to be able to fortify something to beat them at this stage in the game. And with Gen.G going down, surely that's FaZe claiming victory.
I don't see it going any other way. Their ability to adjust that send to the compound, forcing the player from Ence further away. Shoot to kill, going down swinging here, putting up numbers. This is a battle between 6th and 7th for this. Pride on the line, and the nade comes through. Squeaky on the wrong end of it. Diggory still trying to do some damage, but Kurt's nade has just taken away his only lifeline. And this leaves FaZe with 4 alive still, watching this battle go before them. The Gladiators just tearing chunks out of each other as FaZe wait patiently on top for their victory now. They've done the work. They survived the massacre that happened down here in the trenches. Alo wants to move in, shoot to kill. A great game from them. Putting up work, putting up numbers, but FaZe waiting for this. Fuzzface starting to move in as well from up above. Alo and Luke 12 to make the final stand for shoot to kill. The Molotovs litter the battlefield in front of them. Luke 12 does find Gustav, but by now, FaZe know that they are now just in fine form. Fuzzface falls, shoot to kill. These guys don't know when they're done. It's a 2v2 now. Now, FaZe may win the event, but shoot to kill are winning hearts and minds right now. Smokes go up, and now they stay alive for a second longer. How much damage can these boys do?
How have STK, with so many 16th placements, made it into the money bracket? What a turn of FaZe and a turn of situations we've seen through today. This is just an unrelenting, non-stopping amount of action coming out of STK. It's unformidable numbers, but with FaZe, the 3 versus 1 now becomes inevitable. Luke 12 would just have to go full-blown God mode, but unfortunately, FaZe have the exact same principles. 17 frags come out from STK in a moment when they needed it most to bring them up into the money bracket. It got the job done, but ultimately, I think we know how this book ends. Through the grass, the